Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is Sunday restock. So in our household, we use a lot of bread. So today we're gonna be learning how to make sandwich bread. First thing you're gonna do is get 2 cups of whatever milk you wanna like or use and get it heating up on the stove to about 180 degrees. I always just use my finger to tell the temp because I've been doing it so long. Then you need 2 tablespoons of sugar in a clean bowl and 1.5 tablespoons of yeast. So let's get these in here while our milk is warming. I don't have a 1/2 tablespoon, so I have to improvise. All right, once our milk is heated up, we're gonna add it to our sugar yeast in a bowl. You wanna make sure your milk's not too hot because it will kill your yeast and then it won't do anything. And we're gonna mix this up until it looks like dirty dishwater. And you just wanna mix it until all your clumps of yeast are gone. Then we're gonna cover it up with a towel and let that yeast go to work. While that yeast is working, we're gonna get our dry ingredients together. So I've already got 6 cups of flour in here. Then we're gonna get 2 teaspoons of salt. And while that's going, we're going to melt a 1/4 cup of butter. I melt my butter in the same pan that I heated up my milk because why make more dishes for yourself? All right, once your yeast mixture looks nice and bubbly like this, we're gonna go ahead and add it to our flour mixture. All right, once our yeast mixture is ready, we're gonna pour it in here. Make sure we scrape the bowl and get all the goodness. Now remember, everything you see on the internet's not correct or real life because you guys missed the whole part where I did the whole thing wrong and had to start all over again. So we're picking back up where you guys left off. We're gonna get our butter in there. If you don't have your oven preheating, you go ahead and preheat it to 350. Get our honey in here. If you spray your container with, spray this with some cooking spray or put some oil in it, your honey will come out much easier. I did that the first time, but not this time. We're gonna add our egg. If anybody's wondering why my honey is lumpy, it's because it's crystallized and it still works just the same. All right, you can put this in your mixer and use your dough attachment or just use a fork and get it mixed up real good where all the flour is coming together. Dough starts to kind of come together like this. Just stick your hands in there and give it a good mixy mix. And once your hands look something like this and your dough is in a ball, we're gonna put it out on a floured surface and knead it. And we're just gonna knead that, pushing it back into itself till all that dough comes together. And you're gonna keep kneading it so you can push your finger in it and it pop right back out. Then you're gonna slap that bad bitch down in a greased up bowl, cover it up with some plastic wrap and forget about it for an hour, hour and a half till it doubles in size. And let's be honest, if it doesn't look like you've been moving bricks in your kitchen, are you even cooking? Now I'm gonna go clean up what fuckery of a mess I made and we will come back in an hour, hour and a half to go from there. All right, after hour, hour and a half, 2-hour hiatus, she's doubled in size. Give her a good old punch there and toss her out on your flour surface. We're gonna cut this in half to make 2 loaves. And you can shape this however you like. I'm gonna make rectangles and just roll it up like so. Pinch it in there at the bottom. Get your bread pans, grease them up with whatever you like, and plop it in there. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the other one. Once you get your dough logs in the pan, we're gonna let this bad bitch rise one more time. So we're gonna cover it up and let it sit for about 30-45 minutes. Now that our tiny bread logs have risen, we're gonna put them in the oven at 350 for 25 minutes. Whoa! Once your bread's all done baking, it should look like this. Plop it out on here to cool so you don't get a soggy bottom. Is it aesthetically pleasing? No. Is it better than store-bought? Very much so. Enjoy your bread.